What if I told you that Freddy Fazbear, Chica the Chicken, and even Foxy the Fox are stolen from Edwin Murray?
My name is Edwin.
Hi, I'm Eddie C, and I'm trying to solve the FNAF lore piece by piece, starting off today with the history of the Core 4 animatronics, especially since Secret of the Mimic gave us tons of clues to their origin. So let's dive in to Murray's costume manor. As stated in the intro hook of the video, Fazbear didn't design the core animatronics. Instead, they were created in Murray's costume manor, or MCM for short. MCM is of course owned by Murray. Edwin Murray is the son of the founder of MCM, and since his father's passing, he became the owner. Edwin specialized in making kooky and charming machines to help in daily life, but his passion for creation was also his downfall. He was so engrossed in work that he became so ignorant of all other stuff, even his family. MCM came into a business partnership with Fazbear Entertainment, owned by William Afton and Henry Emily. Obviously, you already know that. In a collaboration between the three, they designed and created spring-lock suits. Suits that can be worn by endoskeletons and humans. Though, they did have a flaw, as water damage would cause them to snap shut, as we see in... Edwin did go on to create an improved version of the spring-lock suits, but due to Afton's actions, which we're about to go into, had to be scrapped. Ironic, seeing how this ended up in Afton's and his son's death. Edwin wanted to reinvent the company. Initially, it was for costumes, but Edwin wanted to pivot toward innovation, machinery, and tech. The constant creative changes in the company overwhelmed the workers, leading to confusion and frustration, as we can see many workers complain in the text messages throughout the game. Now you may be wondering, Eddie, when do the animatronics come in? Well, dear viewer, William and Henry commissioned Edwin for a restaurant project, asking for mascots to be designed and created. I think you can guess who those mascots were. Fiona, Edwin's wife, designed the initial concepts for the animatronics, most notably Chica. Oh yeah, and around about now, Edwin's wife and son kinda die. But that's not important to the animatronics! Henry contacts Edwin, telling him that they want to change direction with the restaurant plan at the last minute, giving Edwin no time to finish it. Edwin is way too ignorant to realize how he's mistreating his employees, who have become extremely overworked. Fazbear offers jobs to MCM employees, hiring people on the spot, offering double pay and a referral bonus to get more MCM employees to jump ship to Fazbear. They aren't looking for more workers, they are planning to screw over Edwin. They changed directions with the restaurant project last minute to ensure Edwin was behind on work. They stole employees from him one by one. These employees also stole designs and took them to Fazbear. Even the Mimic 2 designs were leaked, and Fazbear wanted in. All this caused Mariko to go into the ground. Edwin gets a message about a foreclosure notice in the game. A foreclosure notice is a legal document from a lender that informs a borrower, I can't say borrower, borrower that they are in default on their mortgage and that the lender intends to repossess the property. Yeah, MCM is screwed, man. Fazbear acquired Mariko through a buyout contract, so they didn't have to steal anything from Edwin. We see this in an email from someone called W.A. It's not surprising that William would screw Edwin over like this, essentially taking his whole life away. But Henry? Henry was always seen as the good guy of the series, a clash of good versus evil with Henry and William. But Henry is just as involved in this plot as William was, as he personally told Edwin to change directions with the restaurant project. Which is a big shame, as we can tell that they must have been friends, as Edwin even gives Henry a nickname of Hen. There are no good guys in this story. Even Edwin isn't a white knight who was just screwed over, as it was his ignorance of his workers that led to poor conditions and even deaths. All this information from Secret of the Mimic makes the FNAF lore a way better story in my opinion. I prefer more morally grey characters and stories, as they are more realistic than pure good or pure evil, apart from Jonathan and Dio from JoJo. They are perfect. Another scummy thing Afton did is literally take over Edwin's house. He said in an email, I know they aren't emails, but it's easier to just say that. He said in an email that they wouldn't touch the house Edwin's parents built. But if we take a look at the FNAF 4 house, they are the same. So I'm trying to watch House MD, but nationwide, Vodafone Wi-Fi is down.
House, we need to cure the patient. Not now, Chase. Vodafone Wi-Fi is down.
Now we're past MCM, we can assume that William and Henry fixed up the animatronics that Edwin had prototyped in R&D. They open up Fredbear's Family Diner with Fredbear and Spring Bonnie on center stage, and Freddy Fazbear, Bonnie the Bunny, Chica the Chicken, and Foxy the Fox being supporting acts. The Fredbear and Spring Bonnie animatronics were spring-lock suits, but the Core 4 were more developed animatronics, as seen in the R&D section of MCM.
Was that the bite of 87?
The bite of 83 occurs, causing Fazbear to retire the springlocks due to safety reasons. So they take the remaining 4 animatronics and open up Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, the FNAF 1 location. So Afton's evil, right? So he decides to kill 5 kids at this location, using the retired Spring Bonnie suit to lure them away. He stuffs their bodies in the one place people wouldn't think to look, the animatronics. The dead kid's remnant fused with the endoskeletons of the animatronics, haunting them. Remnant is a substance that is a combination of a person's soul, emotions, and memories. The missing children's incident causes Freddy Fazbear's Pizza to get shut down. Wouldn't you know it, Fazbear Entertainment opened up another restaurant. You gotta hand it to these folks at Fazbear because damn are they determined. And the new restaurant is called Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. Again. But this one is the FNAF 2 location. The core 4 are scrapped and used for parts for the new toy animatronics. Dude, Bonnie looks so cool. Bonnie has always been my favorite. I remember dancing to the sad Withered Bonnie song as a kid.
They took away my face, they took away my
Oh, for fuck's sake! Whoa, little theorist. Didn't think you'd make it this far into the video without being asked to like and subscribe, did ya? Well, subscribe. For more EDC content, charming content, analysis, and theories on all media. Come on, I'm trying to be a big shot here. Big shot! Like, big shot! Subscribe. Big shot! So Afton couldn't keep his hands to himself and just had to kill 5 more kids. The place shut down, yada yada yada. The FNAF 1 location opens up again. The Wizards are now fixed and put on stage again, with the events of FNAF 1 now taking place. Afton takes the animatronics apart to get to their endoskeletons. He is interested in the power of Remnant, so he melts down the endoskeletons and experiments with it. He wants to bring his son back from the dead, and maybe Remnant holds the answer on how to do that. He builds the Funtime animatronics with his Remnant Endo mix-up syrup stuff in order to capture more kids to get more Remnant. Jesus Christ, this guy's twisted. This ultimately backfires as Circus Baby captures and kills his own daughter, Elizabeth Afton, with her soul now haunting Circus Baby. So then Afton gets spring-locked and locked away, becoming Springtrap. The Funtime animatronics are now locked away in his basement, until another Afton comes in. Michael Afton, the other son of William Afton, goes down into the sister location bunker to find his sister, Elizabeth. The Funtimes come together to become Ennard and escape through the body of Mike, now becoming Molten Freddy. Bear in mind, this is still the original Core 4 animatronics inside that thing. It is crazy how they last that long. Molten Freddy is then lured to... another Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. Jesus Christ, when will they give up? This new location is burnt down by Henry, taking all the animatronics with it. But oh honey, we ain't done yet. All the animatronics and Remnant melt and fuse together to become the Blob. Not a very intimidating name. Well, I guess Security Breach wasn't a very intimidating game either. In the non-canon Burn Trap ending, the Blob dragged Burn Trap back down into an unknown location to be tortured. In canon, the Blob's existence caused the Pizzaplex to collapse and led to the Ruin DLC. So, as of right now, we can assume that the Blob is actually still kicking around somewhere underneath all that rubble of the Pizzaplex. I guess it's up to future games to see what happens to the Core 4, seeing as they've essentially become an angry pile of living shit. And that was the entire timeline of the FNAF animatronics throughout the entirety of the lore. Now, I am very late to the Secret of the Mimic Party, but my channel is younger than the game itself, so like, give a guy a break, you know? Third video of Editober, how are we feeling? My Halloween costume will debut in the next video, so stay tuned for that. It would mean a lot if you could like and subscribe, and maybe we can solve the FNAF lore together.